Meet the pygmy marmoset, the world's smallest monkey. Tucked away in the lush rainforests of the western Amazon basin, this pint-sized primate weighs little more than a deck of cards. Typically, it's just over 100 grams. From head to body, they measure only about 4 to 6 inches. Their tail stretches even longer, adding another 7 to 9 inches. Don't let their diminutive size fool you. These creatures possess fascinating adaptations that allow them to thrive in their arboreal home. Scaling vertical tree trunks and navigating branches with agility requires specialized tools. Pygmy marmosets come equipped with sharp, claw-like nails, known as tegulae, perfect for clinging tight to bark. Their ability to rotate their heads a full 180 degrees grants them incredible peripheral vision. This is a crucial advantage when watching for predators or spotting their next meal. Look closely at their faces, and you'll notice flecks of white on their cheeks and a distinct white line running vertically between their eyes. These tiny monkeys make their home in the evergreen and river-edge forests spanning parts of Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia. They prefer the forest understory, typically staying below 66 feet from the ground. They rarely venture into the uppermost canopy. Their habitat often includes areas where standing water persists for months each year. Population numbers in a given area often depend on the availability of their preferred food trees. The pygmy marmoset boasts a highly specialized diet, earning them the title of gumivores. Their primary sustenance comes from tree gum, a sticky sap they meticulously extract from specific trees and vines. They use unique, specialized incisor teeth to gnaw holes into the bark, stimulating the flow of sap. Once the gum begins to puddle, they simply lap it up with their tongues. This diet is so central to their lives that they even have an unusually large cecum, an organ adapted to help break down gum more efficiently. While tree gum is their main dish, pygmy marmosets aren't solely reliant on sap. They cleverly supplement their diet by waiting near their sap holes for insects, especially butterflies, drawn to the sweet exudate. Nectar and fruit also appear on their menu, providing important variety. A group usually focuses its feeding efforts on one or two favored trees within their small home range, moving on to a new location once those resources become depleted. Pygmy marmosets live in tightly knit social units called troops. These typically consist of 2 to 9 individuals. A standard troop often includes a dominant breeding pair, one male and one female. It also includes up to 4 consecutive litters of their offspring. While family members form the core of the group, you might occasionally find 1 or 2 additional unrelated adults joining their ranks. These groups maintain cohesion through a complex web of communication signals. Raising offspring in a pygmy marmoset troop is a true group effort. Fathers bear the primary responsibility for carrying the infants on their backs, a demanding task, especially since twins are common. Other group members, particularly older siblings, also pitch in, foraging for food and helping the father watch for danger. This cooperative care eases the burden on the parents and teaches younger members vital parenting skills. Sometimes, female group members may even delay their own reproduction to help care for the group's young. Staying connected in dense rainforest requires a robust communication system. Pygmy marmosets use distinct vocal calls depending on the distance they need the message to travel. For short distances, like when feeding or traveling close together, they use a trill. At medium distances, they employ a rapid series of notes called a J-call. When group members are spread out over 10 meters, or responding to neighboring troops, they rely on lower-frequency long calls. These calls travel farther through the forest air. Beyond vocalizations, pygmy marmosets exchange information through chemical and visual signals. Females use scent glands on their chest and genital areas. They rub them on surfaces to leave messages about their reproductive state. This is a quiet way to signal to the male when they are ready to breed. When feeling threatened or asserting dominance, they might perform visual displays like strutting, arching their backs, or raising their fur. Despite their successful adaptations, both species of pygmy marmosets are listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List. They face significant threats from habitat loss, as forests are cleared in their range. Additionally, the pet trade poses a major danger, particularly in areas like Ecuador. Their small size and relatively docile nature make them attractive targets for capture. Known in the pet trade as finger monkeys, their high value is directly linked to their status as the smallest primate. Capture and interaction with humans can lead to noticeable behavioral changes. Wild marmosets exposed to tourism may become less vocal and less playful. The suitability of pygmy marmosets as pets is a subject of debate. Some argue they fare better in human care. Others, like the UKRSPCA, maintain they are wild animals. They believe pygmy marmosets are unsuitable for domestication. They cite their complex needs and inability to be house-trained or fully tamed.